Hello everyone, I hope everybody's fine. This one is on precision 4. Direction direction and distance. Or should I say the difference between direction and distance. It also has a new term coming up which is called scripting. So I guess I'm just gonna get right into it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna explain the let me see. I'm going to explain the difference between it's mostly defining direction and distance, but it it shows a difference, but it's really an explanation of both of them. I'm also going to get into some things. It's mostly like review, like okay, so when I'm doing the dance, right? I'm using the dance. This time I'm going to use the dance. When I use the thriller dance, I'm going to show the reading, writing as I do the examples. You have to read it, and I'm writing it. Now, as far as the mathematics, I forgot that it also included mathematics. It's a natural, and a lot of things we do, we have mathematics in it, but because we don't realize it, we can't use it. We can't. Um, I guess how can I say we can't use it? I guess I can say we don't use it, but I'm going to show you in the beginning. I'm not saying in the beginning because this is precision 4, but I'm saying as we start to read, write. I'm writing, you're reading. My movements, especially the ones like even something like this, okay? If I do something like that or like that, I explained before. Now you have to get your eye used to reading that. I'm just gonna do some things to show you what you have to read. I mean, like when I'm just talking, you don't have to, but what I'm saying is, as far as Dance Without Music, and if this becomes very big and people catch on, you would have to, you would be reading those things. I mean, this could be a language. I mean, we think about it all the time. If somebody, if you're sitting down like this, I mean, it tells you something about the person. If I'm sitting up like this, that tells you something about the person. I know I just got off work. I mean, I did a lot. I already did a one YouTube, but I'm doing the second one. So just to let you know why, I'll get up the excitement and everything. But just to let you know, because I'm a little bit different. When I'm a little bit different, I'll let you know my attitude. Like that, you probably read that. Because, oh, he's a little bit. Actually, I just took a nap and I woke up and I know I have to do this YouTube because there's other ones. And Precision 4 and Precision itself is really, it keeps going really quick, okay? And it seems like we're going to get into the control. Everybody loves the control. I mean, I notice in watching the numbers, I have to watch the numbers. Not that I care so much about the numbers, but I have to watch the numbers to see what people really like. And I know that people like the control. But this one is kind of I have to do it honestly. I mean, I can't pretty much do things just to get people's attention because it kind of mess up the lesson. So I have to do things honestly. And like I said, when we get in control, people usually watch the control. I mean, but this one is going to be something else. So I'm just working up to that. Right now, as far as the control, and if this is your first video on Dance Without Music, we've been doing this for 2 years. I suggest if you're interested to start, I always say start in the beginning. I know that's something I have to say all the time for new people. It's not really difficult. The most difficult thing is actually starting from the beginning. However, if you're starting from precision, that's all right too because subconsciously you can catch a lot of things. Um, I'm really not teaching about subconscious things. I'm teaching about things. Whenever you learn a job or some kind of activity, you take the subconsciousness out of it most of the time so that you understand more than other people, so that you'll be able to get paid for something that other people can't do. So anyway, now I'm going to get into um, we're going to get into direction and distance. Okay. And I'm going to show you also about the math. I mean, I always talked a little bit by reading, writing. I'm going to show you where math is that you have to pay attention when it happens, because you want to do it now, because you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it like you don't want to wait and do it because it's something that you have to build up. Okay. And let's do direction. I'm going to talk a little bit about the math because this one is very important. It goes little by little, but it's very important. Like, for instance, when we did this, okay? And I'm not doing any specific part of the dance right now because we're talking about direction and distance. So when we do things like this, okay, and I'm not putting the shake in it, okay? That's like mathematics. If I go like this, it's mathematics. But if you don't notice it as mathematics, then you just take it for granted and you can't use it. And when I say use it, I mean like in everything, in mathematics itself. You're taking a test or whatever, you can refer to it, you know. We refer to everything that we use. But like I said, that comes little by little. So I'm like spoon feeding you with the mathematics part. So that's all I can say right now is that this is a mathematics, okay? And the first thing you would have to do is take it in first, okay? And then I can add this. I can also say this. I forgot how to. I mean, I haven't did it in a while. I mean, I didn't really concentrate on that part to where after he did this, and then that's in mathematics. But you have to know how to read it first. So now we did the mathematics. The reason why is it's really, really something that you have to catch in the beginning. So if you started right now to try and read, you know, okay, that's not part of the dance, but it's just something because my mind is not on that right now. But things like that, if you try and read them first, then you can apply the math to it. So just little by little, we're going to do that. So now we're going to work on the direction. The direction is you direct inside the quadrant. Distance is like outside the quadrant. I'm going to give you an example. This is a distance. I'm going to go from, how do we do that? I totally not on this dance. My mind's not on the dance too much. So we did something like, we did, and remember, try and read that mathematics in it. Don't, just try and read it first, and then we'll talk about the mathematics later on. Just try and read in the beginning. And when you read, you're trying to look for the energy, like I told you, okay? And there's one basic energy. If we split that energy, it would be something else. But that will be far in the future. But right now, we're dealing with basically one energy, okay? Okay, and then, Okay, so anyway, what's usually goes like, oh, it went like, mm, mm, mm. Okay, mm, 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 okay, and I can do it here. Okay, now the movement of that was direction. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the control, but control is coming up. But you watch basically one energy pattern, and the energy flows from one place to another. So you have, mm, 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 mm. Okay, that same energy. Okay, and then I could go, that's another direction. We're not keeping up with the dance at all. I'm just showing this explanation about the direction. Okay, we also did this, but I'm gonna see. Okay, watch this again. Okay, okay, that's one energy. And then I could also, take the energy and go like that. And that energy is expelled. Okay? That's a beat. It's a different kind of beat. When you take an energy, first of all, it's I told you it's like an explosion. Okay, it's like hydrogen one. I mean hydrogen X. You make it, then it mixes or manipulates the weight. That those two working together makes energy, but it only lasts a beat. Okay? And I told you it's uncontrollable, but you control it. It has nothing, it doesn't have, I'm not talking about the control yet. I'm just saying you control it. So let's do that again. Let me show you. This is direction. I'm directing the energy. And then it's not there anymore. Okay? I can also do another thing like with the dance. Okay, let me do it. And then now it's gone. Okay, or else I could do something else with it. Okay. Okay. That's the beat of, when I say it's the beat, the life of that energy gone. Okay. Another thing I want. So anyway, that's direction. I'm not going to change the subject. Okay. So now that's direction. I'm trying to see if there's another direction that I can show you as far as the dance is concerned. That was a direction. That was a direction. Oh, when we did that like this. Okay, let me show you. We did. That's a direction. It took the energy and it directed it. Okay, that one energy. Okay, and then it's over. I have to make more in order to go any further. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about direction. We saw the direction. If I go like this, then I have to make more. Or else stop. Okay. Okay, and that's it. So that's a direction. Okay. Now, distance is different. But before I tell you about distance, I'm going to explain something about the coordinates. At one time, I stated that the quadrant, 3 quadrants, and I wrote it down wrong in some place because I put down 2 quadrants equal 1, which is true. but we deal with three quadrants. And three quadrants equal one. This is to show you where the quadrant is. It's called the quadrant. If I go like this one now, I didn't practice, so be careful. So I have to be careful. Okay? When I went up, that's the quadrant. I jumped to the quadrant, okay? And I landed on the between quadrant. Why? Because I could also go like this. Oh dear Lord, okay. Okay? So I use the I guess, can I say I use the quadrant? Okay. Okay. That was, I'm not gonna say grammar wise or whatever. I'm not gonna find that word. Grammar. Okay, I'm not even gonna go there. So anyway, because my mind is concentrating on this language itself. This is a different language. So grammatically, I guess. But anyway, I can't worry about it grammatically. So right now I can have to say that is the quadrant, okay? When you lay down in your bed, you're in the quadrant, okay? Three quadrants equal one. And when I did this, I guess I can say I jumped from between to the quadrant. That's what the quadrant is. That's another point I want to make. Now, distance. Remember? Oh yeah, remember when we did about the divisions? Okay. Remember the divisions is here. It's not. It's not the. It's not the subquadrant. It's not the subquadrant. The subquadrant here, we only know one subquadrant for now. Excuse me. The retrosay is, and I'm not putting it in a specific place, but it's where this is happening. The difference, the difference in movement, like the subquadrant can do this, okay? And then you have another, I'm not going to say subquadrant, you have something up here, but it's this right here. This right here. It's not in a specific place. I don't want to say exactly, but it's where the two differences are here. So we have like this, and we have this. You see the difference? Okay? So it's like here, the difference between the subquadrant and what's above the subquadrant. So that's the retrosay. And so that means the half floor is here. It's the same concept. And the piso, remember? Piso. And the story. Okay? So it's like from here and here what that line is, but I'm not gonna draw the line. So you have to know that, okay? I did that one because I'm getting into division, okay? Now I'm getting into distance. Distance, you need, most likely, it seems like you need direction to make a distance. The reason why I say that is you remember the subquadrant here. If I want to make a distance, I have to direct this. It's already set up, so I can do that. Let's always keep that dance in mind, okay? So I directed that distance because, or else I could go like this, okay? If I do like this in this subquadrant, I'm in a between quadrant, but if I do this in the subquadrant on the correct side, okay, this is I made a direction to make a distance. Then I made the distance. Okay. So this movement here is a direction, and then if you use it, it makes the distance. So this is the distance. Okay, that's the distance. The distance, you go from quadrant to quadrant. Okay, and you're gonna do this from quadrant to quadrant because you went to the quadrant in order to get to the in between quadrant. And I also said this is the natural quadrant. Okay, and I natural quadrant, and I still went from quadrant to quadrant. Okay. And now the distance, okay, and like I said, you direct. Remember direct? This is even direct. Watch this. Okay. Energy's there. I'm gonna put the energy over here, and I'm gonna put the energy over here, and I'm gonna put the energy over here, and I'm gonna put the energy over here. Okay. And I can keep it here, and I can move the energy here. Okay. 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 So let me see. So that's direction. Now I'm going to do a distance. And now I'm making the distance. Okay? The distance. So the direction makes the distance. Now scripting. Let's see if I covered all the points. Scripting is a direction has to be, most likely, it looks like it has to be scripted. Meaning that, and it gets into control, but I'm not going to mention the control. You know where it's going to go, or you direct it. Okay, so direction, you direct. Okay, so if I go up like this, I scripted it. Okay, I scripted it. If I pick up that book, I scripted. First I scripted, which means I scripted means it's like like you script, like you make a script to go over there and pick up the book. That's like what you do. You go over there, you make a script in your mind to pick up that book. Okay, it's done automatically, really quick. So if I want to pick up that book over there, I have to think about my direction. Do I have to change direction? Okay. Say if I'm right here and I want to pick up the book, well, I have to change direction, okay? And then I can do my distance, okay? Now pick up the book, okay? Direct. I direct to pick up the book though, because I'm in this quadrant, I'm in the between quadrant, and I'm directing. If you're in a quadrant or you don't leave the quadrant, and if you go here to there, I mean, the only thing you moved was energy. So when you move energy within this any quadrant, it's a direction. Okay? If you go from quadrant to quadrant, it's a distance. Okay? So don't take that for granted. So that's it. And then scripting is like, it's a big concept, but I think we're going to use it later, because let me use scripting maybe two more times. Okay, I want to sit on the floor. Okay, as soon as I did that, I had to make a script. I scripted. So now I scripted. Now I can do the direction. Okay, of sitting on the floor. But I had to make the script first. I scripted just like you make a script for a play, but only this one is you do it in your mind. You don't write anything. Okay? Maybe you're writing it in your mind. So that's the script. Now I'm going to script to go back to my stool, to get up and go back to my. I made the script right there. A direction is scripted. Okay, it seems like you don't have to script distance, but you can't. But you need direction in order to make a distance. So get used to saying distance instead of steps. So here, I already scripted. There, I scripted. And now I'm scripting and saying thank you very much. This is Precision 4. And I'm scripting, see? I'm scripting right now. And I scripted that. Okay? I just thought about it before I did it. I didn't just do it. Okay? Thank you very much. That was a good lesson. And I hope everybody sticks in there. I know it's gonna be great. Thank you very much.